Okay, so this is going to be my market analysis for this week. Today is June 22nd, 2026. Last Friday, we had a bank holiday. So that's why things are delayed with the COT. But I think I have some idea of where things are headed. So you can see here for the dollar index, the smart money or the commercials are busy building short positions on the US dollar. That doesn't mean to sell it though, because you can see on the daily chart, we are still above the 20-day moving average. Now, where can this react from? I'm just looking at a couple of potential areas that the US dollar could be going before things reverse here. So I'm going to draw this level over here. I think there's actually a very good chance it's going to this level before it reverses, but I could be wrong. You also notice, this bottom indicator with the red line, this indicates the retail traders. And typically when the retail traders are very bullish, the market will reverse on them, going the opposite direction. And, if I had to draw like a vertical line at this peak here, you can see it went down or over here. If I move this over to this area here, you can see how it reversed. You can actually back test this too. So you can see every time that the retail traders were very bullish, the market ended up going in the opposite direction. Okay, so that's for the US dollar. If we take a look at the British pound, I think the last time we looked at this, it was down here somewhere. It is now at extreme levels, getting to that point where the commercials are now building long positions on the British pound. So I'm expecting this to reverse. Okay, so I have a couple of drawings here. Let me just actually remove that. But yeah, this area here is a very good area. And if you look at the retail traders, like this area, notice how it went up. Okay, so exact same thing. When the retail traders are very bearish, the market tends to reverse on them. And right now we are entering, that zone. Okay, so that is the British pound. The same thing for the Swiss franc. This is actually getting very extreme, I'm looking. And the smart money is building up positions, on the Swiss franc. Okay, so I'm expecting the Swiss franc to go up. The euro, I believe it's the same story. Okay, Japanese yen. The Japanese yen is very interesting because I think we might actually even get the Japanese central bank intervening. So I have a level here which I am watching. I actually have an order to buy it at the 50% level here. Whether it spikes down, I'm not sure. Okay, this is the level that I'm watching. So we could see it drop down to this level and then shoot back up. That's what I'm hoping anyways. Let me just go here. This is the Canadian dollar. Same thing. Okay, so the smart money is basically shorting or selling the US dollar and buying up all the major currencies. Everything from Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, we should see the same thing. Okay, notice how the Australian dollar is now over here. That tells me that I should start to look for long positions. And the same thing with the New Zealand. So pretty much all of the major currency pairs are very bullish against the US dollar and the US dollar bearish. Okay, so everything is starting to line up, and I think over the next couple of weeks we are going to actually see that happen in the currency market. Now, as far as gold goes, let me just turn this off here. Gold, smart money is building long positions, so we are going to see this move up over the next couple of weeks, I'm guessing. Let's see, platinum. I'm not looking at silver because this indicator doesn't work for silver for whatever reason. Platinum, you notice that they're building long positions. Copper, they're actually bearish on copper here, but I wouldn't be surprised if copper ends up going up towards this green line. What about crude oil? Okay, so crude oil, this is kind of interesting because notice how it's starting to drift higher. If the commercials start hitting this green line, that tells me that oil is going to start going up, which means probably the war in the Middle East with Iran is not going to be over if this starts hitting, this line here. This is just based on what I'm seeing. This is what the smart money is doing. Natural gas, Okay, this one is dropping, but we are coming from an extreme here, and I believe natural gas may make one final push, or actually, that might be a pretty big push up, and then we'll see it drop back down. But if we look at the commercials here, we are coming from very bullish. And typically, when you see it turn around like this, that is when the big move actually happens, which would be probably around this week. Over the next couple of weeks, we are going to see probably a push up. Okay, with the natural gas, and then depending on what happens here, it may reverse. Okay, so for the indices, okay, so for this one, let me, there's actually a couple of indicators that I can use for this. Sometimes I use valuation. That's pretty much what I was taught to use. But I've also been experimenting with this Williams percentage, which is quite interesting because typically this kind of measures extremes. If you notice, like over down here, when it's very extreme, we end up going up. And while we are extreme over here, you got to remember, typically with indices, we tend to, move up in the long term. So that's why you will get this. But if you look at the times when it hit the bottom, we ended up actually going up. Okay. If you look at historically speaking. So we're up top here, kind of dangerous to buy, I would say. But if I had to guess, if I put on the 20-day moving average, we are above. So I'm pretty much bullish for all of the indices here. That is the Dow Jones, Nasdaq, S&P 500, Russell, I guess the Nikkei as well. What about crypto? Okay, crypto. Let me just do that. Crypto is still bearish, and we are still below the 20-day moving average, and I would imagine Ethereum as well, and we are. Okay, so that's pretty much my analysis for the markets for this week. Things may change next week. And also I did post a very short video on market structure. If you haven't yet checked it out, make sure you do that. And that's pretty much it. So if you like this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. And until the next market analysis, I will catch you guys later.